Well, Max Evans' most famous book, and the one that put him on the literary and the Hollywood maps back in the 60s, was published 50 years ago. I sat down with this celebrated Western author, an Albuquerque resident recently, and found this 86-year-old remains thankful for what, by all accounts, has been a charmed life. When The Rounders first played in theaters in 1965, it was the lonesome dove of its day, a movie about cowboys working and having fun.
That means only one thing. Trouble.
But before there was a Rounders movie starring Henry Fonda and Glenn Ford, there was the book The Rounders, published 5 years before in 1960. And before the book, there was a little boy on a horse in northern New Mexico.
I was 4 years old when I started working with horses, actually riding them and following cows.
Max Evans was that little boy who, long before he wrote about it, lived the life of a cowboy.
They didn't have any mail, no TV, no radio, no electric lights, nothing. So they had to entertain themselves, and that's what I grew up with, was admiring and enjoying their camaraderie. There was no doctors, there was nothing. You break a leg, you just tie a board on it till they could finally get you to a doctor, maybe sometimes a day later.
Before he got around to writing about it, Evans painted it.
This is the first one I'd ever done with a palette knife. You can see where that old horse is working his ears and getting ready to set up. If that rope's going to go around those horns, and that old cowboy's getting ready to set up, and nobody knows or ever will know if he caught that cow.
Evans sold 300 paintings before he put down the brush and picked up the pen.
I walked in the house one day, and I told Pat, I said, you know what? She stopped and looked at me. I said, I'm going to quit painting, and I'm going to write the rest of my life.
When he said, hey, we're going to start over, I thought, oh, dear. Oh, dear.
Evans' wife, Pat, has been with him every step of the way. She even helped him type The Rounders, the book that changed their lives.
I even love it myself. Some places I just type, I just get so tickled I couldn't hardly type. You know, it really is a kind of a funny book.
Up until The Rounders, most cowboy movies were shoot-'em-ups about gunslingers. But Max Evans was the first one to write the real cowboy story about cowboys wrangling horses and having fun. Since then, Evans has written more than 15 novels, including The High-Low Country.
This may be the best part of it.
Made into a movie in 1998 starring Woody Harrelson.
In the first place, you're lucky to ever get run down, and then you're even luckier if you sell the sucker and it's published. So I guess we're just working off of luck here.
That little old book went on to become a screenplay, a movie, and a lifetime of recognition.
I never dreamed that it would just take off and live 50 years. I never dreamed I'd live 50 years, for God's sake. I never dreamed it.
And Evans continues to surprise us after finishing his latest novel, War and Music. He says he's going to set aside his writing and actually go back to painting.